Heading south to the situation in Gaza, our colleagues from OCHA tell us that yesterday heavy rainfall caused flooding in multiple sites where displaced families are staying in Khan Yunis in Gaza City. People's tents and other belongings were damaged by the rains. OCHA and our humanitarian partners have been carrying out field visits in multiple areas to assess the impact of the latest rains, to mobilize efforts. Our partners estimate that 1.6 million people live in makeshift shelters across Gaza. In recent months, preparations ahead of the rainy seasons had been severely restricted by challenges aid agencies are facing in bringing sufficient supplies into Gaza. Our partners have assessed about 100 flood-prone areas, which is hosting more than 450,000 men, women, and children in Khan Yunis, in Deir al-Balah, and in the Rafah area. Nearly all of these sites, local groups are supporting with preparations for potential rains and floods. For example, sandbags have been installed at 20 sites. However, for 90% of the area assessed by our partners, there are no workable contingency plans if flooding were to render the site uninhabitable. In Gaza City, OCHA says our teams there estimate that dozens of families have been displaced following Saturday's evacuation orders by Israeli authorities for the eastern neighborhoods, namely Zaytun, Turkman, and Turkman al-Jadida. This is an area of approximately 2 square kilometers. In North Gaza Governorate, our humanitarian colleagues warn that Kamal Adwan Hospital has come under continued attacks over 48 hours, causing an additional 14 injuries, including among the hospital director and the very few remaining doctors and nurses there. And you will have seen that Mohanad Hadi, the Deputy Special Coordinator for the Middle East process, briefed the Security Council on behalf of Tor Venezuela. He told Council members that the situation remains grave across the region. He said that Israeli military authorities operations continue across the Blue Line with Lebanon, as did the firing of rockets by Hezbollah towards Israel, including a barrage this weekend. He welcomed the ongoing diplomatic efforts to reach a cessation of hostilities and urged all parties to accept a ceasefire anchored in the full implementation of 1701. There was also condemnation of the ongoing violence in Gaza, as well as the continued holding of hostages. And this was Mr. Venezuela's last briefing to the Security Council as his mandate ends.